It is the great equalizer in the NBA these days, giving any team a legitimate chance to win any game they play. It makes no lead safe for the team holding it or the team trying to close out a game, and 20-point leads can evaporate in minutes under the right circumstances. Stephen Curry and the Warriors hit 10 three-pointers in a record 51-point first quarter against Jamal Murray's Nuggets in Denver on Tuesday. The importance of success from beyond the arc has never been more stark in the NBA. David Zalabowski, AP, the three-point shot has been revolutionizing the sport for years, but at this point in time it's taking over game after game after game. Teams will go streaky from week to week, the way they're shooting the ball, and that will put them on winning runs and runs the other way, Raptors coach Nick Nurse said. No one has felt that as much as Nurse, who has had a mercurial three-point shooting team at his disposal. In the last 7 games before Saturday's 119-90 home win over the Memphis Grizzlies, the Raptors were shooting 41.1% as a team, 79 for 192, which, if they could ever sustain it, would put them right among the very best in the league. But in the 10 games before that stretch, they shot an unacceptable 31.7%, 80 for 252. The Raptors began Saturday 24th overall in three-point shooting, but were about one more made shot per game from being in the top 10. Of course, they're also about one more missed shot per game from falling close to the bottom of the 30-team league. The feast or famine part of the Raptors' three-point shooting has been frustrating for players and coaches, but it also means they're never out of games. The main reason why so many teams rely on a long-range shooting style, where no lead seems safe and no deficit too big, it sure doesn't, Nurse said, and I think that's also contributed to what I call parity around the league. We've seen it. We've seen teams supposedly on the bottom go on the road and beat teams at the top, and it happens quite frequently now, and I think the three-point shot has a lot to do with that. The last week has included some of the most astonishing shooting games ever, and provided even more proof of where the sport is headed. The Houston Rockets, who personify the move toward threes and more threes, took an NBA record 70 shots from behind the arc in an overtime loss to the Brooklyn Nets on Wednesday, shattering their own record of 61. The Nets, who play a 5-out, shoot early, shoot often game that's got them in the thick of the Eastern Conference playoff race, took 36 in the same game for combined 106 attempts, another league record. The Golden State Warriors, behind Splash Brothers Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, made a record 10 three-pointers in a record-setting 51-point first quarter against the Denver Nuggets on Tuesday. The Raptors made fewer than 10 in 14 of their first 47 games. 10 in one quarter is shocking. As if to prove that was hardly a fluke, the Warriors came out the very next night and combined with the Sacramento Kings to make 43 threes, establishing yet another NBA standard. Is a fun way to play, especially when you're shooting a high percentage, Curry said after that game. You can shoot as many threes as you want to, but shooting a high percentage, the way it was tonight on both ends, was pretty crazy. It was a dizzying week of shooting in a season chock full of dizzying weeks. More and more teams are putting 5 shooters around the perimeter, driving and kicking the ball out for open threes. It's the way the game is moving. There's a lot of teams dabbling in it, Nurse said. Golden State and Houston are too, and those guys are pretty sustainable. We play it some. We play it some, too, right? We're playing some 5-out as well. I think it's trending that way. Doug Smith is a sports reporter based in Toronto. Follow him on Twitter, @SmithRapsReport, and air journalistic standards about the star sports action and reaction delivered to your inbox. New NEWSLETTERSPORTSIGN up.